As many of you may know or have heard by now, Raul Malo of the Mavericks passed away on December 8th. This episode is for him. Hey everyone, Jim here, Boots and Whiskey Podcast. Welcome back to another episode of the show. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We have a pretty big episode for you. We're talking to Savnt from the Ghost Hounds. He's the lead singer of the band. It's his project, I guess you could say. They're doing a big show this Friday night at the House of Blues for the Ryan Seacrest Foundation. Our friends Dalton and the Sheriffs will be there. It is Dalton and the Sheriffs' last show together as a full band for the foreseeable future. We are giving away tickets. If you're listening to this and it's Wednesday morning-ish, afternoon-ish, we are gonna reach out to our winners. We're giving away 2 pairs of tickets to that show. This Friday night. So if you're in the Boston area and can make it, go to our socials, click like, share, all that crazy shit. We will announce. We're not going to announce winners because I have to work tonight as you're watching this, but I'm going to reach out to them, let them know who it is tonight. So that's it. This is a great conversation. We had a lot of fun with this one. We had some technical difficulties there for a minute. You'll probably hear them in the conversation because you know us. We don't edit shit very well. But it was awesome talking to Savant. It was a lot of fun. It was cool to talk about music and life and all these kinds of things. And I'm not going to just watch. Thank you for being here. If it's your first time here, welcome. You're in for a treat, I think. This isn't like most podcasts. There's no rhyme or reason to this shit. We just have a good time. If it's not your first time here, you know that. So thank you. Welcome back. That's it. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. And we will see you on the flip side, recap everything, let you know what we got going on this weekend. We got some fun stuff outside of the Ghost Hounds show. That's it, guys. Thanks for coming in. Cheers to you. Enjoy. Good. So I don't know what they've told you about this show.
Mm-hmm. They haven't.
They haven't. Well, that's good. No. So, you're in for a treat because this is going to be like anything you've ever done before.
Okay, cool.
We just kind of like. So the way I do this show is kind of like a fuck around and find out.
Okay, cool. All right. Let's do it. Yeah.
It's just how we operate.
I love it.
So first of all, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate that.
Anytime, man. Like, I love your music. I love what you guys are doing. It's a breath of fresh air in this genre.
That makes me happy, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for that.
So I historically don't look into my guests, but like I said, I've been a fan of yours for a while, so I know a little bit about you.
Oh, yeah.
How the hell do you get into country music?
Okay, so great question. So when it comes to me, I kind of always been kind of all over the place when it comes to music. Like, I grew up in a very West Indian American household. So I feel like when everybody else was growing up, like it was either you're just listening to rock or you're just listening to R&B or you're just listening to country. And my dad was listening to like Willie Nelson, but then also Sam Cooke, but then also Barbara Mandrell. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was everywhere for me. So I was just colored by a lot. And then as I was writing in my young life, I just realized that nothing that I wrote really sounded R&B. It was kind of left of center. Yeah. And so You'll Never Find Me, which is, you probably know that song. You'll Never Find Me, the Renegade.
Yeah.
I wrote that back in 2017, and everybody was just like, this kind of sounds country. And I was like, I know, right? And I was like, super excited about it. So kind of like to fall into this world, it kind of felt like it bridged the gaps of all of my loves, like from rock to blues to soul to country. So, yeah.
And now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I could have, I read a lot of shit, and you know how the internet works. Sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong, right?
True.
Now, did you grow up in Jersey? Did I read that right?
I did. Yes, I did. Yeah.
All right. So, and like, that's why I asked the country music thing, because, like, I'm in Massachusetts. Mm-hmm. growing up, country music was non-existent in this house, right?
I feel that.
So like it always surprises me when we have somebody from this relative area that
Hmm.
is doing it and doing it as well as you are.
Wow, appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, as I said, it's my dad. I have to give my dad the credit. I'm never gonna tell him that to his face, but at the end of the day, it
Yep.
really is that. Like he was listening to everything, and so I loved everything. There was nothing that was off limits for me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Musically.
Now, when you start finding your voice,
Yeah.
are you kind when you're writing, are you find
Mm.
like you said earlier, like it was a little left of center, but like
Mm.
had it always been that way? Were you ever trying to be something you aren't or weren't, or how did the process
Yeah,
go?
so I would say in the very beginning, no, because like I feel like it's every young artist, like you're just writing and you're just seeing what comes out and you're just appreciating that, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't until like I want to say 2017-ish that I was just like, all right, everybody keeps telling me that I should just try R&B, like you know what I mean? Or like maybe I should
Yeah.
just do that. And it felt like, and not there's nothing against R&B. Like I do love the genre in general, but I wanted to be authentic to myself as an artist, and so it kind of felt like I was suffocating myself, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
It was very restrictive, and so yeah, there was definitely times where I felt like, okay, maybe if would it be easier if I just went another route, and then this is when I'm realizing that like. And I try to tell this to as many artists as possible. It's just like stay true to yourself, stay as authentic as you can be, because the trend is gonna go away. And if
Hmm.
it's not real, people will sense that. People will
Yeah.
completely sense that. So just keep going in what you actually feel is right for yourself.
Right. And I love the way you blend everything so well between, roots music and soul and there's R&B in there and there's
Yeah,
there's everything. There's
sure.
the blues, like it's a breath of fresh air. Like unlike anything else that's out there.
Yeah. I think that you should always talk about me this way. I love this. Like all the
I'm, and listen, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. If I didn't like it, I would tell you. I'd be like, dude, this sucked.
time. I believe that. I
But
believe you.
like I grew up with that though. Like in this
Yeah.
house, it was always the blues. It was always classic rock. It was a lot of that stuff. And I don't think we give enough credit to the blues
Mm.
sound to where country music even is today. There's no,
Mm.
we don't talk about it enough.
I appreciate you saying that, but yes, yeah. And I know that again with my dad, he brought me Muddy Waters of Lightning Hopkins, and even in this band, like I'm researching even more like Robert Johnson, and I was able to go to Nashville and go to the National African American Music Museum, where you can actually walk through this exhibit of where like blues really started.
Yeah.
So it's actually really interesting to hear you say, and not interesting, but it's a breath of fresh air for me to hear you say that like blues has influenced all of our music, like from
Hmm.
country to soul to R&B to rock. Like it's all that feeling, that emotion. You know what I mean? And maybe that's why I connect to all of these genres so well too, just because it's roots music. You know,
Yeah. It
it's the
really, and
story.
we talk about it a lot, like in the
Mm.
genre and all that, where country music is very Americanized, or this is American music, right?
Mm.
But like
Yeah, yeah, for
back
sure.
to it, like the
Yeah,
blues is authentic American music. Like
100%. It's our classic,
that's
man.
it is.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't talk about country music, I don't think, without talking
Mm.
about Robert Johnson and BB King and Muddy
Mm.
Waters, and the list goes on.
100%. 100%. Yeah. Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite blues artist?
Oh, probably BB.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
Like, I mean, the what he could do, the storytelling and the way he played Lucille, I mean, just
Hmm.
God, it's just so good,
Yeah, man. Those are the
and it's
types of
timeless.
songs that. Yes, 100%. You can throw that on at any time, at any
Right,
time. But those are the songs that make you truly like feel something, like to your core. You can't listen to
right.
blues and not feel that. You know what I'm
No,
saying? And they could just be saying the same tag over and over, but it's different each time they say it.
yeah,
That's
it's a
what
religious
makes
experience.
it special. 100%.
Yeah, like I've been to
100%.
blues shows where it's like, you know, how do I put this without sounding like an asshole? But like I stand up, right?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And but like the crowd makes the music. Like the way,
Yeah.
if you've ever been to a blues show and the way the artists interact with the crowd and vice versa, it's
Hmm.
unlike anything else.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I like I'm kind of excited to see how we blend that into our live performances as well. Um, but like it's when it comes to music in general, but when it comes to blues and soul, I don't know if I told you this, but like I um grew up and I navigated or not navigated, I gravitated to Sam Cooke like immediately. You
Sure,
know
yeah,
Sam Cooke, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so Sam Cooke is my like soul artist. Everything, if you play one Sam Cooke CD or track, I could probably tell you what the next song was. That's how bad it was for me
Nice.
growing up. But going maybe a couple of years ago, I found his live album, and it's exactly what you were talking about, like it being a religious experience in the sense that like it's and he comes from blues as well. He comes from like
Right,
gospel, soul stirred, all that good stuff. Um, but uh, it's very interactive. It really is the energy. It's almost like what we get to do as artists. We get to like kind of alchemize the energy that we get back from people and show them, okay, so this is where we are now. So
right,
each individual concert, each individual show is a different experience. It's never gonna be the same. Even if you play the same set, it's never gonna be the same. And I think that's what's
right.
cool about blues and rock, all of this.
Right. And I think that's the bonus of your band is it's exactly that, where like I haven't seen you live yet, but like once we release this, we will be seeing you live very soon. Because we'll be
Yeah.
at the Boston show in December.
Let's go.
And like I'm excited for the live aspect of it.
Hmm.
Because these songs are great. And again,
Yeah.
I I wouldn't tell you they are if they weren't.
Hmm.
But like I can't wait to see these songs live. I really can't.
Yeah, I have to tell you, live is my favorite part of it. Other than being in the studio, I do love being in the studio with my band because we're like kids in a candy shop, right? Like you just keep building on the next thing. But live is definitely my favorite part. I think that's the most fun that you have. Like when you are able to just kind of like, we practice so much so that it's
Yeah.
really to the point where it's just like in my system. When you get out there and you could just have fun, you know what I'm saying? And you could just
Yeah.
interact with the crowd. You can just interact with people. There was somebody who, at the last show, because I just had a moment that I wanted to talk to people, I found out that they came from the Grand Ole Opry when we did our debut there. So they were just like, oh shit, we followed you. And so now we're in Sarasota. And oh, there, we have a daughter in Boston, so we might be at Boston. And I was like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying?
That's
So it's like
awesome.
things like that when you get to connect with your fans, it's really cool. Yeah.
Now, let me ask you about that because I wanted to ask you. How
Yeah.
was that Opry debut? Like, what is it like to stand in that circle as an artist and know the history and see everybody who's come in and gone? And,
Mhm.
what was that like for you?
So it was, first of all, the Opry, like actually being there felt like a religious experience as well because of the fact that it was like, it feels like a church. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It feels like a
But,
church. Um, but I said on stage, I was like, as artists, we dream like huge, like delusional dreams. But when you can actually see like God work in your life, it's insane. Like, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So to actually feel like I'm I'm watching freaking Carrie Underwood, like what I mean, a commercial of her talking about this circle and the history of it. I just watched Jelly Roll be here, like you know what I mean. It's just
Yeah.
like what is happening, Like, and
Yeah.
so and then also to receive the love back, like. at first I was like, I don't know if they like me or not. I hope this is good. And then afterwards, the eruption from the crowd was insane. I was like, oh, shoot, they were just
Yeah.
taking us in.
I
So I
mean,
think like it's validation on so many
yeah.
different levels.
And they
Yeah,
don't just let anybody play the Opry.
no, they don't. They
Like,
don't.
so that right there is just like, I can't even imagine. I couldn't even
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I dropped my phone when I got there. It was a text that came in. It was like, "Hey, dust off your spurs. We're going to the Opry." I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, you know, like what's happening?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
What do you mean?
absolutely. So
So yeah,
that's how it happened. Somebody just texted you and said, "Hey, this is what's happening." There wasn't any like
yeah. So
big flashy moment that you see every now and again.
yeah, it was funny because I think they weren't gonna tell us about it unless it actually really happened, right? Because you have your team that's like working to like push you, and so I was walking into my brother's apartment because we both live in Denver now, right? So I was
Okay.
walking over to my brother's place, and I was heading there, like literally crossing into the door. Just did the whole like, "Hey, bro, what's up?" Right? Looked at my phone, and it was just like, "Hey, team, dust off your spurs. We're going to the Opry." And I was like, "You mean like the Grand Ole Opry? Like this is not like a festival?" So that's basically how it happened. It was insane, man. And then and what made it even better was that week, like my birthday was the 12th, right? We performed on the 14th. So I was like, this is a great way to celebrate my birthday. Freaking
Yeah.
awesome.
It's
Yeah.
amazing how things work.
Oh,
So what brought you to Denver of all places?
okay. So, we came out here to just visit my little brother for a minute, right? And I went back home, and then me and my then girlfriend, now wife, were just like, "You want to get out of here?" And I was like, "Yeah, I really do." And mind you, because we've been in New York like all my life, like New York, New Jersey. And I was just like, I just want
Yeah.
to do something different. I want to see something different. And so we got approved for the apartment out here, and we were just like, "Oh, sure, I guess we're actually doing it." And literally, that's how I know you said you did about me a little bit. So,
Yeah, yeah.
but literally the week that I was leaving is the same week that I did. You know what So Far Sounds is? I know it's Massachusetts. Boston
Yeah.
has So Far Sounds. I know you
Yeah.
do. So
Yeah.
we did So Far Sounds, and it was when I tell you, I am an over rehearser. Okay, like I like to be so prepared. I don't care if we're doing the same songs. I want to know everything all the time, right? And we weren't able to do that this time. And so it was raining like crazy. Everybody missed sound check. Like they had to open the doors, lay all the things, and I was like, this is. I hope this is gonna be a good show. And so I just walked up and I was like, you know what? They just asked me to do what I do best. And so I got up, I sung. It just so happened that the previous lead was in the crowd, and he was the one that like called the band and was like, "Yo, I got the guy." And I was like, "What?" And then so literally, if I decided that I wasn't gonna do that last show, my life would be exactly the same as it was before. But as soon as I stepped, like, touchdown in Denver, I got a call that was like, "Hey, do you want to come to Pittsburgh?" And I was like, I guess that would be cool. And I met with the band, and we like clicked instantly. And then also to find out that Trey was the one that actually alley ooped me, it was everything is a blessing, bro. Like it's
Yeah.
just insane. 5 months
It really
later,
is.
I'm on the tour with Rolling Stones. I'm just like, what?
Right. Right.
You know?
Like
So I
that.
tell anybody, yeah,
So
there, go ahead.
in a situation like that, when you're opening for the Stones, like you get to
Oh.
see them. Do you even care if you see them or not? Like, is it just the spectacle of like you're playing shows at this size for a band of that
Mhm.
magnitude?
Okay, so for me again, it's literally just like the fact that you even want me here is great. You get what I'm saying? I'm good enough. But we did get to meet with them. I mean, granted, they're not like the rock stars of like the '60s, so we're not like chilling in the same room. But we definitely got to meet with them, shake their hands, take pictures, like have little conversations, things like that. And I know, um, not McDonald. I think it was Rob, isn't it? I think Kevin or Rob, one of them. Somebody came out and we're literally recording our set, right? Ron was actually recording our set. And he was just like, I love this band. And I was just like, again, like these are all like mind blowing moments. That
Yeah,
is just like, what, why, how you actually picked us? Like, you know what I'm saying? And so like, it just it makes me feel really, grateful, I want to say, because again, it's just validation after validation. Like, that was huge. In five
yeah.
months into being into this band, to be on tour with the Rolling Stones, like, I don't know if many people can say that. So it's pretty
No,
cool.
yeah, no, no. I gotta ask, where does the name come from?
Savant. So,
No, I meant the band name, but
wow,
that too.
this.
I want to know both because
Oh,
exact, like
oh.
like I said, I dug a little deep and I was like, this dude's full of shit. That is
Uh-huh,
not his name.
uh-huh. That's funny.
Sorry, Natalie.
Imagine it was. I was like, no, no, my name is Savant. Um, okay, so first I'll tackle the band name. So I actually spoke to Thomas. So Thomas is the one that essentially created the band and called us all in for the most part. Um, and he's our resident writer, so he really gets the like the voice of the band. But what happened was, you know Robert Johnson, right? And do you know the lore around Robert Johnson?
Yeah, you sold the soul to the devil.
Yeah. So I'm talking to T one day, and I'm just like, yo, so um, Ghost Hounds, you mean like Supernatural? Like, remember that show, Supernatural?
Yeah.
Do you remember that show? I was like,
Oh yeah.
so basically like Hellhounds. He was like, yeah, but not because of Supernatural. I was like, all right, cool. So what's it about? And he was like, basically, he was really intrigued by Robert Johnson and that story, and kind of like at the end of it, at the end of his life, he was just kind of not just consumed with grief, but paranoia and fear and all the things. Like he really thought that he was gonna die. He knew he was gonna die. And then I think one story says that he was actually like started beginning to like crawl around and bark like a dog and things like that while he was passing. And that story really intrigued him. So he was like, instead of Hellhound, we'll be Ghost Hound. And I was like, oh, whoa. I was like, that's cool. But that's the
Yep.
story. That's the reason why I was really intrigued by that story. And for me, it's kind of cool. It's kind of eerie. Like, you know what
It
I'm
is.
saying? It's especially to be a blues rock band, it's just like I dig this. I dig it.
You know,
And
there's
then
not
for
many bands.
myself,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, yo, go, please, please.
I was gonna say there's not a lot of bands out there that have like a name that also fit the music
Right. I feel you.
and
I
yours
feel you.
does.
Yeah, I just lost you for some reason. Hold on.
I don't know. Can you hear me now?
Oh, I got you.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it makes sense. That's why
Yeah,
I'm
it
like,
does.
this guy gets it, man. This
Yeah.
guy gets it. Yeah.
So now why your
I like
name
your fiddle
changed?
hat, bro. This is cool.
Thanks, man.
Okay, my name change
We'll get into
was
the fiddle hat
more
in a
so
minute,
because
but
of
I
the
want to hear your
fact that,
story.
like, I got you. My name change was because I had a little bit of a stint on The Voice, right? And that was cool. Got off of that, and then The Voice kind of, or I feel like any reality TV show, what happens is you're popular for the time that you're on the television show. That's really it. And then I think artists kind of spend their time trying to validate themselves to themselves again. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you always want to do something bigger and you make it sound bigger. And I ended up getting COVID like real bad. Like, I had like a fever of 102 for like 11 days. It was terrible, right? And then after that, I was like, I just want to do the things. I don't want to regret anything in life. Like, I want to do everything that I want to do. And I've always wanted a superhero name, so that's one, right?
I love it.
And
I
then
love it.
after that, I was like, when it comes to Savant, I know that Savants are traditionally people who are really good in one area. And I would always say this in every conversation I have. I'm never ignorant enough to say that I'm the best in music, but I will say that because I went through this kind of like track, I'm starting to master myself. So it's kind of like it's a call to becoming for myself. And it's actually helped me become better. Like when I tell you like a super studier, a super rehearser, a super all the things, I'll get off with you right now and I'll just like listen to our set. I will go to my set and I'll go down to the gym and listen to my set on repeat. Like that's how I like train myself. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm just a disciplined person.
I love it. I love it. And honestly, all of it makes sense. Like it's not like it's not an ego thing, but you are really good at what you're doing.
I appreciate that. I work at it, man. I
Yeah.
work at it.
All right. So the fiddle hat.
Yeah.
So my buddy Wes, he plays fiddle. He does a bunch of shit. He's um, co-TM for Drew Baldridge. Originally from Texas.
Mm.
He now lives in Colorado. Believe it, oddly enough.
Hey.
And he does like a fiddle clinic every Christmas time in Texas, and he has
Mm.
like the biggest and best in the country music world.
Yeah.
Jody Bartula from Kojo's band has pretty much done it with him every year since he's done it.
Whoa.
And yeah,
Yeah. That's cool. So I
yeah.
feel like I
So
gotta get a fiddle hat from my fiddle player now.
you do, man. Like I can send you the link. I can hook you up with Wes, dude. He's the real deal. We got to meet him when we were out in Maryland at the beginning of October, and such a good dude.
Mm. That's awesome, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so one more question. One more question. I know this is an interview for me, but I have a
No,
question.
no, dude. I love
Why?
this is why I do this.
Okay, no. So why boots and whiskey? Why that?
That's actually a really good question. It's been almost 5 years, and I don't know if I have a really. Uh-oh. Where do we go? Oh, you're there. There you are. You're good. You're still there? Uh-oh. It's always when I'm talking
Oh
about
shoot.
me. Oh, there he is.
Here we go.
Can you hear me?
All right. Go ahead.
We good?
Something with my headphones went crazy. Can you say
Okay.
something real quick?
Say something real quick.
Okay.
Can
We're
you hear
just
me?
gonna go with that. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yes, okay.
So what was I saying? Oh, why the boots and whiskey? So I had always wanted a podcast, and I went through a bunch of different shit. I have a degree in political science, so I tried to do that. I tried to do the politics aspect of it, and it was just too quick, and it was just too much of a fucking headache. And then I
Mm.
started getting into country music, and honestly, I think my ex-wife was just sick of hearing me talk about country music, and she was like, "That's what your podcast should be about." And I kind
Yeah.
of mulled it over for a little while, and I had really started getting into drinking whiskeys and trying different whiskeys, and I didn't want it to be like, oh, the country music podcast, because like I didn't want to pigeonhole myself
Gotcha.
that much. And
Yeah.
here it is, almost 5 years later, and it just boots and whiskey just kind of went together.
I dig it, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Dig
I wish there was a
boots
flashier
and
story,
whiskey.
but
No, it's cool. Because
yeah,
it's talking about a pivot as well, right? Like literally getting into it because this is you're passionate about country music and passionate about music, it seems in general. But then also you're combining your love of getting into whiskey as well. I think it's dope, and
yeah.
it's clearly
We used.
it's working.
I mean, I think I lie to
Mm.
myself and tell myself it's working, but I don't even really know if it is or not. Uh, but I used to do a lot more with the whiskey stuff, and I kind of just got out of it. for whatever reason. It's a whole different aspect to everything, and it started to be. I don't want to say a pain in the ass, but it was like just another thing to keep on top of.
I feel you. Because I
You know,
definitely thought, I was like, oh man, I got to get some whiskey. I'm just going to say this is whiskey in the cup.
and that I used to do it that way. Like
Cheers.
if you go back and listen to some of the earlier episodes, you're like, how fucking hammered is this dude? Because I would sit there and drink quite a bit while
Well,
doing it, and then I was like, I don't know if I can keep up with this.
but the name is still cool. So we're
The name
keeping it
still
because
works.
the name is cool.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, man.
So now, like, speaking
Love
of
it.
drinking and all that stuff, like, do you have a pre-show ritual where it's like, I gotta put my left sock on first before my right sock. I can only drink these certain things. Like, what is that? What does that look like?
Yes, I am extremely weird. Extremely weird. Okay, so my favorite, like, I'm getting this TMI, okay?
That's all
I
right.
only wear gray underwear. I don't know why. It just feels like it works.
Okay.
Okay? It feels like it's neutral, you know? I have Avatar, like the last Airbender. I have
Yeah, yeah.
Avatar socks that I will wear for every show. I have different ones. I'm not dirty, so that's that. And then what else is there? What else do I do? Okay, so but I don't drink. That's the one thing that I don't do.
No,
I'll go out
no.
afterwards, like after a run of shows, right? I'll go out, but I have an incredible vocal coach who kind of has talked to me through everything, and she was just like,
You shit
"What's
faced when you're in
actually
Boston.
worse for your voice?" Exactly. Oh shit. When I leave,
Yeah.
after the show,
What?
come find
Whatever.
me.
I don't care. I don't
And then
care.
and then my bandmates were just like, "Steph, come on," but I'm like, "Shots for celebration, right?" Um, but beforehand, it's really like more so. There's this Sing tea from Garden that my fiddle player actually put me on to. I drink that. Uh, I might have a little bit of like a protein shake, but other than that, like it's pretty chill. I do some vocal warm ups. I try to keep it chill and give everything
I
I
like it.
can on stage. Then, as I said, after that, we can go party.
Nice. All right. So I guess
Yeah.
I mean, you're here kind of like twofold. One to be on, right, and two to pump up this Boston show because there's a charity aspect to this, right? Like, you want to talk a little bit about that and
Yeah.
what that looks like?
Yeah. So for me, it's interesting. I just had a another conversation about um, the charity with another interviewer. But basically, what I was saying is that because they asked, like, do you feel that artists are obligated to give back, right? And for me, I just kind of feel like as artists, we already get to do something that most people don't get to do. So
Right.
it's an act of service for me is a gift for me to be able to give back, right? And so for especially with people who like my little cousin passed away from brain cancer last year, and he was only
Oh
5.
man.
So like
Oh
to be able to um, give back in this way, it really hits close to home for me because I just want to support these charities as much as you can. Like
yeah.
it's very true for me, and so yeah, that's it. I don't know what else to say. It's a gift for me to be able to do this for other people.
So why Boston?
Yeah. Why not Boston? You have something
I
against
mean,
Boston?
no, dude. I live here. Like, to me, this is the greatest city in the
I
world.
feel you.
But like, you could do it
Mm,
anywhere, right? Like, there's children's hospitals all over the country.
yeah.
What brought you to Boston?
Um, you know, that is a really good question. I think that we are. I mean, the same thing is for Sarasota because we just did the Bay in Sarasota, which was for like hurricane relief as well.
Mhm.
And so I think we're just tying ourselves to things that really mean a lot to us. And it doesn't really matter where we do it. Not to say that we don't care about Boston because we care about Boston, but it's just like
Right.
music, wherever it hits people is where it hits people. So I'm gonna come to you, and I think that's really what I'm saying. We've had so many people ask throughout the years, like, come to Philly, come to Florida, come to Boston. So like the fact that we're actually able to now go see our fans where they're at and still bring our mission with us, I think it's a good thing. In the
That's
beginning,
awesome.
we said we could do this anywhere, so we probably will do it everywhere. But I want to go to my
Yeah, and like we do have the best hospitals in the world here. Like I will stand by that every day of the week.
yeah, everything happens. It's great.
Now,
Have you been? Are you born and raised in Boston?
so I'm born and raised in Massachusetts.
Say again?
People say,
Yeah. Okay, cool.
there's very few people that are actually from Boston. Well, I mean, people that live in the city, but like it's always easier to be like,
I
oh,
got
I'm from Boston, rather than like the small ass town I live in. But
you. I feel you.
it, when it comes to your music, I know you just released an album not too long ago and all that, but like when it comes to the future, what's it looking like? You know, music wise, tour wise.
Mhm.
What does 26 look like for you guys?
Yeah, so we've been in the studio the past couple of months just working on some new pieces, so I would definitely tell people to stay tuned. I don't want to give too much away,
You don't have to.
but I'll just say the House of Blues is definitely a little bit of a hint, right? But
Okay.
we have some things that we're working on. I'm actually heading back to the studio this weekend to cut even more stuff. So it's just been it's been a really cool process. Um, as I said, we're like kids in a candy store, man. Like as soon as you get us in the room, like we just won't stop. We could be there for hours, right?
Yeah.
Which is what I think every artist would say. But we really love what we do. And when it comes to, I think we're just finishing up this year right now, and we're finishing strong in Boston, And then after that, as I said, stay tuned. We got some big things for you. Got some big things in the future.
Sweet. Sweet. Now, when you guys go into the studio, do you guys go in with things ready to go, or are you kind of like screwing around and messing around and seeing what works, or do you have a vision when you're already in?
We typically have a vision. So, as I said, Thomas is our resident writer, which is cool because he'll send me something like he's not a singer at all, but he will write it out. He'll try to like sing it to me, and I'll be like, okay, what does this mean, right? And then we'll come in and kind of take it from there. But like it's very much a skeleton. But he's
Yeah.
really as I said, he's the visionary, so he kind of knows exactly where he wants certain things to be. Um, and what's cool with him when it comes to his writing though is that he actually knows like he creates the world for this person. So he knows what this person had for breakfast. He knows what they do in their lives. Like you know what I mean? Like what job they have. And so I get to sit with him and kind of flesh that out so that when I sing these songs, I'm just like, okay, so this is what this person might be feeling now. Like when you think about a song like Before You Leave, that's right before, like it's your last final cry before you end this
Yeah.
relationship. You know what I mean? Or you think about uh, Down in the Dark. You're actually talking. That's another blues tinted song. That's like more so talking about the fact that like I don't have anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Last Train was very much the same way. You'll Never Find Me is the same way. And so that's kind of how we approach everything. It's like we have some sort of a rough draft, and then we go in, and then we build that world around it, which is really cool.
That's awesome. That's
And that's
awesome,
how
man. Like,
I think I've always acted like that. Even when I was like doing my own solo stuff, I've never went into the studio. It does not. I don't have a good time wasting money. So I don't go into the studio and not have anything prepared. Like I
right.
am very detailed. So this works
Now,
for me.
Now, do you like this whole band aspect better than a solo career, or does it matter?
Dude, I'm so sorry. I didn't hear anything you just said. It
Sorry.
just completely cut out.
No, that's all right. Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
I can't hear. Let me try this. Say it again.
Can you hear me now?
No,
No?
that's weird, huh?
Hold on. Hold on. Hold
I
on.
was listening to you fine before.
Stop it. Hold on. It's, it's one of those things when it rains, it pours,
I feel. Yeah.
And I was just telling now, I think it's my phone, and because I do so much shit on it that it just probably like, dude, enough.
It was like
um,
we're done now.
yeah, right. We're tired.
That's,
Apple only wants to do so much before it gets tired.
I
So what
feel
were we
that.
talking about? How did we? What were we saying?
I think
I don't remember.
you were asking about why Boston, and then you were gonna ask me another question.
Yeah, I don't remember what that was.
Okay.
Um, so cool. I guess that's that then. So tell us about how we can follow you, continue to watch what you're doing
Yeah.
and all that.
Okay. Continue to stream the music on anywhere you can get music. So Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, all the things. Look for Ghost Hounds, and we are Ghost Hounds Band on Instagram and Facebook. And so you can see where we're going to be next. You can also go to ghosthounds.com and, look at our tour dates and all the things. Also, you can follow I am Savant on Instagram if you like me. So follow me.
Well, man, like honest to God, like I cannot wait to see you guys live. I don't know. I'm gonna talk to your team and figure out what the best plan of attack is to put this out the week of the show, the week before, whatever. I'm lenient. I don't care as long as you guys are happy. I'm happy. Whatever. So,
Do you have
um,
merch, by the way, man? Do you have any
I
merch? Like,
do. I do.
I
I
want
have.
a t-shirt.
I have. I have some kind of like fucked up merch. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it's
What's up?
it's
I'm still gonna shout you out, bro. I'll
I
be like,
appreciate it. I appreciate
check
it. And
it out.
like if you have even if you have 5 minutes, the day of the show to say hey and take a pic,
When
like dude, that would be awesome. Like I know show days are busy, right? And all
yeah,
that, but like I would love to say hi in person and all that, man. It's been a real pleasure talking to you.
it's been great talking to you too, man. Hopefully we do this again. I want to
Yeah,
come back to Boston.
dude, anytime you want. If you want to
All
be the
right.
co-host of this thing, come on over.
Hey, I like how that sounds.
Yeah, me
Natalie,
too,
you
man.
heard it first.
Right, because I'm going on year 5 and I'm starting to get tired.
Oh no, really?
No, not
This is
really.
the beginning. I was about to say, oh
Yeah, it
shit.
is. I really think year 5 is gonna do some magical things for us.
Yes, it is, man. I
Yeah,
believe that for you, man. I
I
can't wait to
appreciate it.
see you, bro.
Can't wait to see you, man. We'll see you when this airs. We'll see you in a few days.
All right.
All
See you
right, buddy.
soon.
See ya.
Peace out.
Bye. Well, there you have it, everybody. Our conversation with Savant, Ghost Hounds, this Friday, House of Blues, Boston. Actually, I think it's a Citizen Bank house. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Um, like I said, we are giving away tickets for that. So if you haven't already, go to our socials, um, share, whatever. Comment who you'd bring, the whole 9 yards. Um, what else we got going on? So Friday night we're doing that. Ghost Hounds, Dalton and the Sheriff. Saturday night, Whiskey Myers is bringing their acoustic show up here to Boston. So we will be going to that. We got the invite from Whiskey Myers to do that. Huge thank you to them. We'll be taking pictures, doing the whole 9 yards. I cannot wait to see this show. Other than that, it's Christmas time, guys. It's parties. The whole 9 yards. So we will listen. I understand Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve are Wednesdays this year. We are still going to put out episodes on those days. So we don't take time off. We're not taking any time off. Um, in the last couple of weeks, we're going to start putting out. We're going to be posting a lot about our top things of the year. I think we're gonna do concerts we've been to, artists we've seen, the whole nine yards. We're gonna do a lot of top lists. I'm not sure if we're gonna do 10, 5, 6, whatever, but we're gonna do lists. We do them every year. So we're gonna do that. What else? That's it, guys. Again, thanks for being here, man. We got some great merch up at the merch store. Go to our link tree. Go to our shop there. We got some cool T-shirts and stuff. And that's it, man. Every time you buy something from us, it goes right back to us, so we appreciate it. So, um, that's it. Be good to each other. We'll see you next Wednesday. Cheers.